Welcome to the Bible in Plain View here at Israel Church of Jesus, Philadelphia, where we do 30-minute segments by lesson and title, by title and lesson, rather, to help you understand your Bible. We may go pretty fast a little bit, but you have the option to go ahead and pause it and get some information now, all right? So without further ado, today's class is 400 Years of Captivity, Now or Then. I'm your reader, Brother Ira, and your teacher would be Brother Chris.
Thank you for that introduction, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Again, the title is The 400 Years of Captivity, Now or Then. And just to kind of give a little background, because a lot of people use this term, have heard about this, and they misuse it or they try to apply it to, African Americans, we'll say, in America. Even it's funny, last Sabbath, the guy across the street from the church I was talking to, and he's from Africa. He said just moved here from Virginia, but he's from Africa. And he was like, man, y'all been in captivity for like 400 some years. He literally said the same thing.
Right.
And I'm like, man, I got this lesson coming up. Like, people really be thinking it's now, but it goes back to the Bible, and we're gonna see when the Bible says this took place. We're going to start this off with the covenant that was given to Abraham, right? Mm-hmm. So let's go to Genesis chapter 15. Mm-hmm. And we're going to start at verses 1 through 7, then we're going to skip. And when you're ready, my bro, go ahead.
And after these things, the word of the Lord came unto Abram in a vision, saying, Fear not, Abram, I am thy shield and thy exceeding great reward. And Abram said, Lord God, what wilt thou give me, seeing I go childless? And the steward of my house is this Eliezer of Damascus.
This is the first time we see God appearing to Abraham with this promise. And Abraham asked him, hey, I don't have any children. Who's going to be my heir?
Right.
So the Lord, and Abraham already old. Abram, at this time, his name was still Abram.
Right.
But go ahead.
Yes, sir. Verse 3. And Abram said, Behold, to me thou hast given no seed, and lo, one born in my house is mine heir. Mm-hmm. And behold, the word of the Lord came unto him, saying, This shall not be thine heir, but he that shall come forth out of thine own bowels shall be thine heir. And he brought him forth abroad, and said, Look now toward heaven, and tell the stars, if thou be able to number them. And he said unto him, So shall thy seed be. And he believed in the Lord, and he counted it to him for righteousness.
Okay, so now the Lord make the first part of the promise is, his heir is going to come out of his own bowels. In fact, he's going to have, seed like the stars of heaven. And Abraham believed God, and it was counted to him for righteousness.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
Verse 7, And he said unto him, I am the Lord that brought thee out of Ur of the Chaldees, to give thee this land to inherit it.
Okay, so it was two promises about him having seed, and also this land that he's in, having the vision. He's going to inherit it, his seed. All right, let's skip down to verse 13 through 18 and go ahead.
All right, verse 13. And he said to Abram, Know of a surety that thy seed shall be a stranger in the land that is not theirs, and shall serve them.
How long?
And they shall afflict them 400 years.
Oh, so this is where the promise comes from. So we see this going to be a sign of the promise that God made to Abraham. His descendants, when it's fulfilled, they should be able to call it to mind and realize, hey, this thing was true. God was dealing with our forefather.
Absolutely.
All right, go ahead.
Verse 14. And also that nation whom they shall serve will I judge.
Okay, now pay attention. So God is still speaking. He's going to judge whatever nation this is that end up afflicting his descendants for 400 years.
Right.
Go ahead, bro.
And afterwards shall they come out with great substance.
And they going to come out with the spoils of, of victory on the Lord fighting their battle. We're going to see all this. Go ahead, bro.
And thou shalt go to thy fathers in peace. Thou shalt be buried in a good old age. But in the fourth generation they shall come hither again, for the iniquity of the Amorite is not yet full.
So we got too many clues right here in this chapter given to Abraham for us to overlook them. So we see he tells us it's going to be 4 generations as well. And the Amorites, whose land he going to end up inheriting, their sin is not yet full. They one of the nations that dwell in this land.
Right.
Go ahead.
17. And it came to pass that when the sun went down and it was dark, behold, a smoking furnace and a burning lamp that passed between those pieces. In the same day the Lord made a covenant with Abram, saying, Unto thy seed have I given this land from the river of Egypt
That's the Nile. Go ahead.
to the great river, the river Euphrates.
Okay, and we still have these landmarks to this day. And has the land of Israel ever been this big? We haven't seen these borders yet.
Right.
So this promise still hasn't been given to Abraham and his seed.
Right.
But we're going to see what God already said prior to this all take place in history, in the Bible. So now we're going to go over to Exodus
12?
chapter 12. Yes, sir.
Exodus chapter 12.
And we're going to look at the first Passover here, because now we fast forward in hundreds of years. Abram, this promise is fulfilled. He has seed, Isaac.
Right.
Isaac has children, and we see God pass the promises down to now Isaac's seed, Jacob, whose name is changed to Israel.
That's right.
And they go down into Egypt, and they there. Their descendants, 70 people go down, and they there for about 30 years. But we're gonna cover all that.
Gotcha.
See how long the whole nation is there for. 12 and 1.
All right. And the Lord spake unto Moses and Aaron in the land of Egypt, saying, This month shall be unto you the beginning of months. It shall be the first month of the year to you. Speak ye unto all the congregation of Israel, saying, In the 10th day of this month they shall take to them every man a lamb according to the house of their fathers, a lamb for an house.
Okay, and when you go to Leviticus chapter 23, it's where you can find all of the Lord's feast days,
right,
from the weekly Sabbath day to the annual holy days. Mm-hmm. And this is the first one of the year, because he said this is the first month of the year.
Right.
And on the 14th day of the first month, we're gonna start finding out about how to do the Passover. He said every man got to take a lamb according to the house of their fathers.
Skip down to verse 5.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Your lamb shall be without blemish, a male of the first year. Ye shall take it out of the sheep or from the goats.
And it's all pointing to Jesus. Again, the holy days, the new moons, they are shadow of things to come, but the body is of Christ. So there's without blemish. This all pointing at the Lord coming without sin, being the firstborn male.
Right.
Go ahead.
6. And ye shall keep it up until the 14th day of the same month, and the whole assembly of the congregation of Israel shall kill it in the evening. And they shall take of the blood and strike it on the two side posts and on the upper doorposts of the houses wherein they shall eat.
And just to show how crystal clear the Lord is, they had to even kill the lamb at evening. I remember this brother was teaching a Passover lesson a couple of years ago, and it hit me during the lesson. Man, the Lord Jesus, even though he didn't die at evening, what happened when he died? The whole, the sun went dark for 3 hours at midday, just to show you how it lined up with what God already had written in the law.
Right.
But go ahead, my bro.
Verse 11. We skip down to verse 11, 11 through 13 through 18.
Yes, sir.
No, 13. And thus shall ye eat it, with your loins girded, your shoes on your feet, and your staff in your hand.
What is it?
And ye shall eat it in haste. It is the Lord's Passover.
Hey, this is the Lord's Passover. Why?
Yes, sir.
We're going to find out. Go ahead.
For I will pass through the land of Egypt this night, and will smite all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, both man and beast. And against all the gods of Egypt I will execute judgment. And
who is this?
I am the Lord.
Oh, see, isn't this the same one that told Abraham that nation is going to afflict them? I will judge.
That's right.
Right? And they're going to come out with great substance.
Yes, sir.
So now we see God is saying, against all the gods of Egypt,
that's right,
I will execute judgment. I am the Lord.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead, bro.
Verse 13. And the blood shall be unto you for a token upon the houses where ye are.
That's a sign. Go ahead.
And when I see the blood, I will pass over you.
No wonder he called it that. He going to pass over. And what's going to happen?
And the plague shall not be upon you to destroy you when I smite the land of Egypt.
Oh, so the death of the firstborn isn't going to take place. If they have faith, be it an Israelite home or somebody of another nation, the distinguishing token, he said, that's a sign that's going to set you apart, is going to be if you believe and you go out and kill this lamb and put the blood over your
Right.
doorpost, right?
Faith, yes, sir.
Right. So faith, hey, it takes some works we see right here in
Yes,
this
sir.
beginning of faith.
Yes, sir.
But now let's move on. Where
Verse
we go?
29.
Thank you.
29 to 31.
Uh-huh.
And it came to pass that at midnight the Lord smote all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, from the firstborn of Pharaoh that sat on his throne, unto the firstborn of the captive that was in the dungeon, and all the firstborn of cattle. And Pharaoh rose up in the night, he and all his servants and all the Egyptians, and there was a great cry in Egypt.
Why?
For there was not an house where there was not one dead.
Wow, it looks like none of the Egyptians believed, though, because it said there was not a house where there was not one dead prior to this. But we're going to see, hey, we might not read it in this lesson, but hey, it's lessons to cover all it. A lot of people must have believed after this,
Right.
because a mixed multitude of people left out with the children of Israel.
They got the point, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Where are we going?
31.
Uh-huh.
And he called for Moses and Aaron by night and said, Arise up and get you forth from among my people, both ye and the children of Israel, and go, serve the Lord as ye have said.
All right, let's skip down to verse 40
Yes, sir.
and 41.
Now the sojourning of the children of Israel who dwelt in Egypt was 430 years.
Wow, so this is what the Lord had prophesied, because Joseph was down there for a little bit and his brethren came down. They would spend 30 years there before everybody came down.
Right.
So go ahead. It was 430 years and what?
And it came to pass at the end of 430 years, even the self same day, it came to pass that all the hosts of the Lord went out from the land of Egypt.
All right, so they was there, and it makes it a point to mention how long after we see what was promised to Abraham. Now let's go
Absolutely.
a little further into the future. We're going to go to the book of Psalms.
Right.
It's written around David's time. And let's see Psalm 105, and we're going to pick it up at verse 23, because this is already recorded in the Bible. Psalm 105. So it can't be future if this was written during the first, second king of Israel's time. And we're going to see it's going to give an account of.
105 verse 23, you said?
Yes, sir.
All right. So Israel also came into Egypt, and Jacob sojourned in the land of Ham.
This is what we just read, right? The sojourning of the children of Israel was 430 years in that land. Go ahead.
And he increased his people greatly and made them stronger than their enemies.
Go ahead. So this is talking about how the numbers increased so much that, in the beginning of Exodus, the new Pharaoh wanted to kill them because he was scared that they would outnumber them and fight against them if some war started. So it said he increased his people, the children of Israel, greatly in the land of Egypt. And what?
And made them stronger than their enemies. He turned their heart to hate his people, to deal subtly with his servants.
And this is why they end up putting them in bondage, in hard rigor. Go ahead.
He sent Moses his servant and Aaron whom he had chosen.
Oh, see, God chose a deliverer and his prophet to send down there. Go ahead.
27. They shewed his signs among them and wonders in the land of Ham. Skip down to verse 36 through 38. He smote also all the firstborn in their land, the chief of all their strength.
We just read about this. This was the Passover. Go ahead.
He brought them forth also with silver and gold, and there was not one feeble person among their tribes.
Didn't he tell Abraham they was going to come out with great substance?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's see. This sounds like it's talking about this time.
Yes, sir.
Go
Absolutely.
ahead, my bro.
38. Egypt was glad when they departed, for the fear of them fell upon them.
Let's skip to 41.
41.
I think so.
No, 42.
42, I'm sorry.
He remembered his holy promise and Abraham his servant.
Oh, why is it letting us know that in Psalms? Because it was talking about the time in Egypt.
Yes, sir.
We see all the details he gave to Abram to confirm that
Yes,
already
sir.
took place.
Yep.
He remembered his holy promise and Abraham his servant. Go ahead.
And he brought forth his people with joy and his chosen with gladness.
What else?
And gave them the lands of the heathen. And they inherited the labor of the people.
Man, we could probably end the lesson right here, but we
drop
got a
the
little
mic.
more.
Yeah.
We're gonna give y'all a little more because it'd be some people kicking out there against the truth.
Right.
Let's go over to Genesis. We're gonna go back to Genesis
15 and 13.
Yeah, we're just gonna reread verse 13,
Okay.
just to reiterate how long it was promised that they were going to be there.
I'm there. Mm-hmm.
Go ahead when you're ready.
And he said unto Abram, know of a surety that thy seed shall be a stranger in a land that is not theirs, and shall serve them, and they shall afflict them 400 years.
Right. So now again, Joseph went down there. He was down there for 30 years before his brethren and his family got down there. So that's why the whole sojourner was 430, but really his family was down there for 40. And they make it a point to say even the self-same day,
Yes.
that's when they left out.
Right.
So it seemed like it was an exact 430 years.
Right.
But now let's go over to Matthew chapter 1.
Mm-hmm. Matthew chapter 1.
And we're going to read verse 1 and then skip to verse 17.
All right. The book of the generations of Jesus Christ, the son of David, the son of Abraham. Verse 17. So all the generations from Abraham to David are 14 generations.
Okay, so now look, we see it's going to go through the genealogy of Jesus and trace it back all the way back to Abraham, right?
Yes.
So now, how many generations we had at 17? It said all the generations from Abraham to David are 14 generations. Go ahead.
And from David until the carrying away into Babylon are 14 generations. And from the carrying away into Babylon to Christ are 14 generations.
Okay, because some people want to act like generations is some, unclear term and it wasn't enough or whatever the case. But we see it shows that there was a whole 14 from Abraham until we get to David.
Yeah.
And we only needed 4. He said after 4, they was going to come back to that land.
To the land of the Amorites, right?
Yup. So now let's go and take a look at that. Let's go over the numbers.
Yes, sir.
So we know they 10 generations later, that's when David came from, when they came back, according to what we read
Numbers
here
21.
Yeah, we're going to Numbers 21.
10 through 13, and then 21 through 25.
Thank you. And when you're ready, go ahead.
All right, 10 through 13. Numbers 21, 10 through 13. And the children of Israel set forward and pitched in Oboth. Mm-hmm. And they journeyed from Oboth and pitched to Ajabeam in the wilderness, which is before Moab, towards the sunrise. Rising. From thence they removed and pitched in the valley of Zered.
So we just looking at some of their travels, because remember what they got to do after 4 generations? They got to come back to that same mountain that God was making the promise to Abraham. So go ahead.
Verse 13. From thence they removed and pitched on the other side of Ornan, which is in the wilderness, and cometh out of the coast of the Amorites.
Oh, the coast of who?
The Amorites.
Didn't he mention, that the sin or the iniquity of the Amorites is not yet full?
Right, absolutely. Yes,
sir. So he not mentioning them here for no reason. They sin is full. It's time for them to get that land up.
There it is, right?
Yeah, go ahead.
For Ornan is the border of Moab, between Moab and the Amorites. 13.
Yeah, so we're going to skip to 21.
21, right?
Yes, sir.
And Israel sent messengers from Sihon, king of the Amorites, saying,
oh, so now look what king we dealing with. What he saying?
Let me pass through thy land. We will not turn into the fields or into the vineyards. We will not drink of the water of the well, but we will go along by the king's highway until we be past thy borders.
Okay, so now Israel make a reasonable request. They honest request. They just want to pass through the Amorites' land. Mm-hmm. But what does Sihon the king say?
And Sihon would not suffer Israel to pass through his border, but Sihon gathered all his people together and went out against Israel into the wilderness. And he came forth to Jahaz and fought against Israel. And Israel smote him with the edge of the sword and possessed his land from Arnon until Jabbok, even unto the children of Ammon. For the border of the children of Ammon was strong.
Oh, so it was fulfilled right here. We see they taking the land of the Amorites. And the Lord even, he moved it the same way we read in Psalms. He caused the Egyptians to hate his people. He turned their heart. Right. Look, he caused the Amorite king to try to come against them. Because they only asked to pass through. Yeah. Now they're going to end up slaying you. Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Verse 25. And Israel took all these cities, and Israel dwelt in all the cities of the Amorite, in Heshbon, and in the valleys thereof.
All right. Let's go over to the New Testament now. We're going to see it's still confirming this. even hundreds of years more later. Let's look at Acts chapter 7. Because we read about it already in Psalms, how this had already, God remembered his servant Abraham, his promise to Abraham. Acts 7 and verse 1, when you're ready, go ahead.
Then said the high priest, Are these things so? And he said, Men, brethren, and fathers, hearken. The God of glory appeared unto our father Abraham when he was in Mesopotamia, before he dwelt in Charan, and said unto him, Get thee out of thy country and from thy kindred, and come into the land which I shall show thee.
So now Stephen, he given a brief summary of the history of Israel. And he starting at the top. So now he mentioned how God appeared to Abraham and told him these things. Go ahead.
Then came he out of the land of the Chaldeans and dwelt in Charan, and from thence, when his father was dead, he removed him into this land where ye now dwell. And he gave him none inheritance in it.
Oh, see, look, Abraham didn't yet receive the inheritance, right? As we discussed, but he was promised the land,
right,
and that his descendants was going to dwell in it. And as a sign, we saw the captivity for 400 years. Go ahead.
No, not so much as to set his foot on. Yet he promised that he would give it to him for a possession, and to his seed after him, when as yet he had no child.
Yes, sir.
God spake on this wise, that his seed should sojourn in a strange land, and that they should bring them into bondage, and entreat them evil 400 years. And the nation to whom they shall be in bondage will I judge, said God, and after that shall they come forth and serve me in this land. And he gave him the covenant of circumcision, and so Abraham begot Isaac, and Isaac circumcised him, and Isaac begot him Isaac, and circumcised him the 8th day, and Isaac begot Jacob, and Jacob begot the 12 patriarchs.
Hey, so he run it all the way down, right? Starting with Abraham, down to his seed, and we see how it end up passing on to the children of Israel, who Jacob's name was changed to Israel.
Absolutely.
Go ahead, my
Verse
bro.
9, and the patriarchs moved with envy, and sold Joseph into Egypt. But God was with him, and delivered him out of all his afflictions, and gave him favor and wisdom in the sight of Pharaoh, king of Egypt. And he made him governor over Egypt and all his house.
Okay, this is one of Israel's sons, one of the tribes of Israel. Joseph, he end up in Egypt, and he become a governor, a ruler there. Go ahead.
Now there came a dearth over all the land of Egypt and Canaan,
and that's a great famine. Go ahead.
And great affliction, and our fathers found no sustenance. But when Jacob heard that there was corn in Egypt, he sent out our fathers first. And at the second time, Joseph was made known to his brethren. Joseph's kindred was made known to Pharaoh.
And you can find all of this, back in the Old Testament, Genesis and Exodus. And it's good to read about all this. He just kind of giving a brief summary here, but he cover everything we need to follow this story down to when it's fulfilled. Go ahead.
Then sent Joseph and called his father Jacob to him, and all his kindred, 75 souls. So Jacob went down to Egypt and died, he and all our fathers. And were carried over to Shechem, and laid in the sepulchre that Abraham brought for a sum of money of the sons of Amor, the father of Shechem.
So now, once Joseph and all of those, the elders died, the next generation, the next Pharaoh in Egypt, he don't even know really the children of Israel like that. He put them into bondage. Go ahead.
17. But when the time of the promise drew nigh, which God has sworn to Abraham, the people grew and multiplied in Egypt, till another king arose, which knew not Joseph. The same dealt subtly with our kindred, and evil entreated our fathers, so that they cast out their young children to the end they might not live.
It was throwing all the male babies in the river. Go ahead.
In which the time Moses was born, and was exceeding fair, and nourished up in his house, in his father's house 3 months. And when he was cast out, Pharaoh's daughter took him up, and nourished him for her own son. And Moses was learned in all the wisdom of the Egyptians, and was mighty in words and in deeds. And when he was full 40 years old, it came into his heart to visit his brethren, the children of Israel.
So this was all of the Lord. One of the children of Israel, Moses, out of the tribe of Levi, his mother put him in a raft, sent him down the river, and the king of Egypt, Pharaoh's daughter, found the raft and adopted this child.
Right.
And now when he get older, he 40 years old, he go out and he like a ruler as well. That's all
Right.
from the Lord. But he's supposed to have been dead.
Right.
He the captive people.
Right.
And now, the Lord about to send him as a deliverer. So go ahead. What
Absolutely.
verse?
Verse 24.
Uh-huh.
And seeing one of them suffer wrong, he defended him and avenged him that was oppressed, and smote the Egyptian. For he supposed his brethren would have understood how that God by his hand would deliver them, but they understood not. And the next day he showed himself unto them that them as they strove, and would have set them at one again, saying, Sirs, ye are brethren, why do ye wrong one to another?
Right.
But he that did his neighbor wrong thrust him away, saying, Who made thee a ruler and a judge over us?
Ain't this something? Moses done put his life on the line, to deliver them from the captors. When one of them getting beat, he done killed the man, and he like a ruler already. He
Right.
ain't had to do that. Now, he about to have to flee. And y'all coming at him. Who made you a ruler? And he done sacrificed his whole life to help y'all.
Help
You know what I'm
his
saying?
own brethren. That's
But,
Israel.
hey, it's our people.
Surely this thing is known.
But go ahead. What verse, bro?
Verse 35. You skip it to 35 to 38.
Thank you.
This Moses whom they refused, saying, Who made thee a ruler and a judge? The same did God send to be a ruler and a deliverer by the hand of the angel which appeared to him in the bush.
Okay, so this was the fulfillment of that promise made to Abraham. God sent him to be a ruler and a deliverer.
Yes,
Go
sir.
ahead, my bro.
He brought them out after that he had showed wonders and signs in the land of Egypt and in the Red Sea and in the wilderness 40 years. This is that Moses which said unto the children of Israel, A prophet shall the Lord your God raise up unto you of your brethren, like unto me, him shall ye hear. This is he that was in the church in the wilderness with the angel which spake to him in the Mount Sinai, and with our fathers who received the lively oracles to give unto us.
Oh, because this is what God had promised to Abraham, that they're going to come back and serve me, worship me on this mountain. So we could read all of this. In the Bible, there's no need to wonder about when this time period was.
Absolutely.
One of the biggest reasons people get it confused is because, and we'll start off reading some of Deuteronomy 28. We'll go there next. But it's because there's another captivity. Israel has been in captivity after captivity, actually.
Yeah,
That's
right.
like an identifying mark of the true children of Israel.
Homeborn slave.
Right, man. So much so, that's what the Bible
Right.
has. Is Israel a homeborn slave?
Right.
The people that was chosen to be given the word, which should set us at liberty, but because our forefathers rejected it, just been slaves.
Yeah.
So now let's just start at verse 15, Deuteronomy 28, and we're going to see now it's a bunch of curses listed here, which Israel end up getting. We ain't got a lot of time, so we just going to kind of start off.
Yes, sir.
And see. This is a whole different set, though. But go ahead,
15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. Cursed shall thou be in the city, cursed shall thou be in the field. Cursed shall be thy basket and thy store. Cursed shall be the fruit of thy body, the fruit of thy land.
Skip to verse 25.
Yes, sir. The Lord shall cause thee to be smitten before thine enemies. Thou shalt go out one way against them and flee 7 ways before them.
What
and
else?
Shall be removed into all kingdoms of the earth.
Hold up. How many kingdoms of the earth?
All kingdoms of the earth.
This
sir.
don't sound like one nation, that nation that I will judge. That he said back when he was talking to Abraham, right? That was singular.
Right.
But he said here, part of these curses, y'all going to be removed into all the kingdoms of the earth,
Absolutely.
right?
Yes, sir.
Let's skip down to verse 44.
44. Yes, sir. He shall lead thee, and thou shalt lend. He shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. And he shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and overtake thee, till thou be destroyed, because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to keep his commandments and his statutes and his commandments.
30 seconds. Go ahead.
And they shall be unto thee for a sign and for a wonder, and for a wonder.
Sorry.
They,
Go ahead. This thing.
yeah, thank you.
Uh-huh.
And they shall be unto thee for a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever, because thou servest not the Lord thy God with joyfulness and with gladness of heart for the abundance of all things.
That's good. So we see again now that, these curses going to be upon